after these big moves, which, if either of these names are a buy.
Sounds like a would you rather.
I just said yes, which.
Yeah, you said
yes,
which if either.
So,
oh, it's a new game. Which if either. Which,
catchy.
Well, Amazon over Meta, certainly based upon what we heard and the way the market's treating Meta, I think long term I'd still rather be in Meta. I think the price action in Meta we've talked about was kind of sideways to disappointing coming into this. What I think you should be rewarding, and the trade that really I think we settle into after this week, is that the AI CapEx trade is alive. It's just be careful how you're spending it. And it's a case where I do think we've already started to see nuances to how you invest in this current environment. But I don't think I heard anything this week. And I think Google's numbers this week really make them the clear big winner. And they were kind of the big winner coming into the week. And it still is the most sensible on valuation. So if you want my stock pick on the week, it's Google. I don't think you run from Meta. In fact, I think there's been a lot of concern about this spend that we heard about in these numbers for some time. The stock reflects that.
Does the numbers or the guidance about 2026 make you think twice about Meta?
The guidance about
CapEx,
notably,
sorry.
and I don't even know exactly what it is, but I know that it's huge and bigger than I would like it to be. Does it make me think? Well, I can tell you what I did, which would reflect how I feel. Mm-hmm. So I had some collars on in Meta. I took some of them off today when the stock was down maybe 8 or 9. So that was premature to take that. So it's effectively buying, right? By selling collar, you're buying. And I don't know if we've seen the sentiment change enough. I'm not sure. There's a lot of price targets out there that are higher, and, they feel like, all right, well, the revenue, the quarter was actually quite good, which it was.
Right.
But overshadowed by this giant spend. Then there's the sort of scars left from the metaverse. And I don't know if Zuckerberg cares where the stock is trading in the short term. I don't think so. And I'm not sure what got him out of the metaverse, whether it was the pressure on the stock or whether it was, wow, I don't know if the metaverse is the promise that I thought it was.
Hopefully that.
What?
Hopefully that.
Hopefully that.
Yeah,
yes.
the latter. Sorry.
Yeah.
But,
right.
But there's not much there.
Yes.
The metaverse.
So I would think then that the stock price wouldn't. He's going to do what he's going to do, the AI spend, because he thinks the promise is there, right. unless that comes up to not be so.
He could pull that spend back, right? I mean, it's not carved in stone at this point. So
sure. I mean,
and
there's not even a number.
Right.
Right.
So he was rewarded. Back in a couple years ago, he was slammed because of the rapid spend in the metaverse. Now he was rewarded for it now, and now he's slammed again. So he could
rewarded for the year of efficiency in a huge way.
Right, for pulling it back.
Yeah.
And then he was rewarded because he was spending with his peers for AI spend.
And
right now,
working.
kept up and worked
and
was working.
Yes.
But now, if he decides to throttle that, I think this gives him a unique spot. He has what AWS used to have in Amazon. They could throttle that up or down whenever they wanted. Well, now he could throttle this up or down whenever he sees fit to it. But the 3.5 billion users still on Facebook, no one on this panel is on Facebook, I don't think.
I've never been on Facebook.
That is something. Right. What's the user base? What's the user base in Apple? I've never been on Facebook either, but it's over 3.5 billion. That user base is always worth something. They're only second to Google in ad spend. You got to buy Meta in a which if either.
I thought you were just talking about Apple. And I would just say that this week told us things about old companies that are old stories, and that was good news. In other words, should we be surprised that demand for the holiday quarter, December quarter, and for the following quarter for Apple is going to be strong? No, but we got a reaffirmation of that. And it seems as if people are kind of surprised, and the analyst community will now come around and upgrade the stock. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Google. I mean, Google search was suddenly rewarded as being much better than we had thought it was when I never thought it wasn't there. So that was what was fascinating about this week.